हाँ जी
भाजी
यार भाजी सत श्री अकाल जी वार्म वेलकम ऑन द शो सो जिन्ने भी तमाम पंजाबी है इस वक्त साडे नाल जुड़े हैं all across the world locally in the UK as well we got a very interesting artist San2 Singh बड़े कमाल दे गायक आ इन्होंने अपना डेब्यूट किया सीगा बड़ा एक सोहना गीत गाया सी इन्होंने अज भी वो दो कलन में इन्हों तो मैं सुननिया भी है मेरा फेवरेट गीत है सो San2 Singh बड़ी सत श्री अकाल स्वागत है जी इंस्टा लाइव
जिन्ने भी दर्शक सुन रहे हैं आई थिंक ऑन इंस्टाग्राम ते फेसबुक ते भी शायद मैं सारिਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰੀ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ and good to be here with you brother
क्या बात है warm welcome ਭਾਜੀ and absolute pleasure ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ you took your quality time to be on Insta live with me today
ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਤੇ ਯਾਰ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਆਸ਼ੀਰਵਾਦ ਹੈ
क्या बात है so first of all I want to congratulate you with your two tracks आशिका शान ते वरिंदर होना दी इंस्पायर्ड एल्बम विचों बड़ा मकबूल है गीत बड़ा प्यार मिला a lot of love getting with that song and एक अरदास I mean धार्मिक song I mean tell us a bit about एक अरदास I mean let's talk पहले गीतां तो ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਚ let's talk about your influence of music where did the music journey start from tell us a bit about the music
wow संगीत बचपन तो ही from a young age childhood
वाह क्या बात है
is in कह लो साडे विरासत दे विच परिवार दे विच म्यूजिक संगीत मिलिया from my great grandfathers my grandfather मेरे फादर साहब सारे मतलब कीर्तन दे विच दरबारां दे विच कीर्तन करना और पूरे मतलब प्रातनी कीर्तनी from मतलब संगीत क्लासिकल संगीत
वाह जी वाह
and my father also is a singer as well in the Bhangra industry
absolutely
Singh from Sabras group
Bilkul, you can't forget the Sabras group fantastic so massive influences from your from your grandparents and to your father on ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵਿਰਾਸਤ ਸੰਭੀ ਹੋ as San2 Singh I mean ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਗੱਡੀ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਹੈ Fantastic. So, ek Ardas, I mean, fabulous track. Dharmik Geet, you come with a Dharmik song. I mean, bit different than the usual tracks you do, Qawwali style and stuff. Tell us this change of bringing ek Ardas with Dharmik Geet like tell us a bit about this track.
Raman ji, pata ki hai matlab hai keh lo ek spiritual gaana hai. Ek Ardas. It's been inspired from the situation that we're all currently in at the moment with the pandemic, the corona and the lockdown. देखो सी अपने घरां दे विच बैठे हैं और you know we're in lockdown obviously is opened up a little bit here in the UK but the song itself is a spiritual song जो एक वाहिगुरु दे अगे एक प्रार्थना है कि एक मंग है कि वाहिगुरु जो हालात जो चल रहे हैं थोड़ा जिहा हल कर दो और सानू इस मतलब सिचुएशन दे विच कड्डो and that's what it is really I've had a lot of people say this शब्द धर्म ऐदा कुछ नहीं है क्योंकि गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी महाराज मतलब एक मुकम्मल कह लो शब्द दे रूप दे विच तुर्की आई बाणी है और this is एक अरदास दा मतलब यही है is a one prayer one अरदास
absolutely
वाहिगुरु दे अगे
बिल्कुल it's a universal message कहना मतलब बिल्कुल एक universal message है क्योंकि ਇਹਦੇ ਲਿਰਿਕਸ ਵੀ ਬੜੇ ਕਮਾਲ ਦੇ ਆ I mean very interesting ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਦੌਰ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ like for example the dharmic songs we hear now at the moment you don't see as much of that kind of spirituality or peace it's more targeting a subject you know So 100%. When we listen to this dharmic song, we always listen like people like the influences of like say Hansraj Hans ho gaye, Daler Mehndi sahab ho gaye, unhone bhi काफी गीत गाए dharmic songs. So coming to the influence of your influences, who do you actually often listen to?
जिन्हें भी आर्टिस्ट तुसी मतलब ना लें महान हंसराज हंस जी मेरे to be honest my inspiration is whoever's you know appealing to my ear
Yeah.
चलो उस्ताद नुसरत अली खान साहब
वाह क्या बात है
मोहम्मद रफी साहब लता मंगेशकर जी काफी even in the western you know people like Stevie Wonder, Whitney Houston,
absolutely yeah absolutely
Celine Dion. So you know the inspiration is quite vast, but
wow
my biggest inspiration is my father, mere father sahab Didar Singh.
बिल्कुल
Without
बिल्कुल
them guy, without him, you know, none of this would have been possible, really.
wow जी wow I mean we are going to be talking about your father as well because he's got a massive contribution into the Bhangra
Massive,
industry in the UK so we are going to be
yeah.
talking about him as well I mean so Ekta Das बड़े कमाल का गीत है you know it's a very interesting song it's been shot in the UK I think the video shot
Yeah,
in
it's
the
been
UK yeah
basically what happened was you know obviously the song was created within the lockdown and the
hmm
pandemic, so we was very restricted to where we could shoot the video. So
yeah
with the Gravesend Gurdwara
yeah
with their authorization
hmm
they gave us permission to shoot this video, so I'm very ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ
hmm
ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਆ
क्या
you
बात
know
है
they give us such इतना सोहना जगह और especially at the Gurdwara
बिल्कुल
you know is a
absolutely
blessing, you know.
it's an amazing Gurdwara. I mean, those who are watching us and listening to us, I mean, it's a very, I would say, it's quite unusual to see that sort of a Gurdwara built in the UK. You know, that
I
traditional
mean this is
kind of
one of the
architecture.
this is one of the things that came to mind was the director Major Singh Thakur who done the direction
Bilkul.
on this.
Yeah,
He was, you know, we was thinking at you know locations where can we shoot this because the lyrics being so spiritual and deep, connecting
yeah,
with the Almighty God. We thought you know there wasn't a better jaga, better location than
absolutely.
Gurdwara Saiban in Gravesend Gurdwara. So
Wow,
we was very lucky and blessed the way it kind of came together.
wow, जी वाह, क्या बात है. I mean, the video. I'm quite amazed seeing the video because the clarity, you know, that kind of vision and that kind of feel of the video itself. It
जी
kind of fits into the vocals and the style of the music as well. I mean, the music by Kamala, I mean, tell us
thank
about the
you.
music as well. You know, the music
Music,
by Parveen
Parveen Mitu,
Nitu.
ji. They're
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
good friends of mine from Delhi,
Wow.
and we've been working for a very long time on a lot of other songs that are not released yet, which hopefully,
Wow.
fingers crossed, they're going to be released soon.
क्या बात है.
I approached them. I said, "Look, you know, I want to do this song. This is the composition." They give me. Also, I'll tell you how the lyrics came about as well. So,
Yeah,
Onane basically gave me the music for this. Being under such kind of, you know, restrictions of live music and everything,
yeah,
what they did
absolutely.
was an amazing job. So, you know, मैं उन्हों दा भी बहुत शुक्रगुजार हाँ. You know,
वाह
they
जी
did
वाह.
an amazing job with the you know the resources that they had at the time.
Absolutely.
Meetu
I
and Parveen,
mean,
they absolutely. I
yeah,
mean, they worked with you know some of the best you know in the industry in Bollywood. They've done
yeah.
a lot of background scoring and a
Wow.
lot of songs that people don't know about. You know, they've done a lot of ghost production and everything.
Yeah,
So I feel blessed, you know, that they've blessed this project really.
fantastic. Fantastic. I mean, Paji, I mean, talking about Ikardas, I mean, you know, I was in discussions with Sakshinder Shinda a couple of weeks ago, and Galla Bata audience about make songs and everything.
Mm.
You know, it comes across that a lot of the record labels quite fear to actually release a religious or spiritual song, just meaning that koi
Massively, yeah.
sondani hai, you know. And it's a bit
बिल्कुल
of a
सही है.
downfall from that side.
बिल्कुल
But
सही.
you've got Z Music. Was released under their label. I mean,
जी.
how they been with you when you actually put this proposal, this song forward?
As you
You
said,
know.
I'm glad you picked up on this subject. It's very hard to get जो अपने मन पसंदीदा जो गाना है,
Mm-hmm.
especially being you know spiritual from a spiritual background,
Yeah, yeah,
you know cultural background. It's
cool.
very hard, you know, to get it on labels. Just as you mentioned, Kita, you know, just getting it on any record label is very difficult. So to be honest with you, when I heard Z wanted to take this project on,
Yeah,
I was really kind of felt really
wow.
thankful. And you know, this song is ਅਸੀਂ ਰੱਬ ਦੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਇਹ ਰੱਬ ਹੀ ਕਰਾਂਦਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ you know it's God who does this and I believe that God you know ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ you know ਦੁਆ ਸਦਕੇ we've done this project because we wouldn't have even got it through Z you know and
absolutely
so
absolutely.
I feel is a power behind you know certain songs that you do and certain messages that you try and portray out to the world.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a fantastic song, and it's glad that you've done it at Dharmic. So because it's been a while since I've actually listened to a Dharmic song. Because ਆਪਾਂ ਵੀ ਜੋ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਪਸੰਦੀਦੇ ਗਾਇਕ ਆ ਉਹੀ ਸੁਣੀਦੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਹੰਸ you know all the artists Sardool Sikander as well, and you know it's been a while. Okay, you know I've heard a Dharmic song on that kind of level. It is, you know, that kind of classical style. Yeah,
it's you know it's one of those things that we're hearing so much of certain styles of music and genres that you know you think where should I go because nobody else is going to listen to the stuff that you want to kind of get out and that you've been training all your life. You know,
absolutely.
The musics that you've been listening to all your life. You know these artists, Hansji, Sabakodi ji, Durga Rangila ji. So these type of artists that you've been listening to for most of your life, you know, these are the kinds of jude hai, you know, dilo jude hai. This, you know, oh sur, oh sangeet, that style of music is a massive step. I mean, even with when I did Nail Lagda back in 2013. It was a massive step because everybody's listening to Bhangra music, everybody's listening to dance music. Apne jagah te everything's fine, you know.
Absolutely, yeah.
Music is a form of expression. So main nahi keh raha koi mada koi you know acha hai. All I'm saying is the music that I've grown up with and the music that Runu touch kar di hai, you know, that touches you. That is not, we're not producing that anymore, you know. And when I came out with Nail like that was like one of the first kind of commercial Qawwali type of tracks that was released at the time, and
absolutely,
you know, and that did very well, you know, all around the world.
Absolutely,
puri dunya tak suni gayi thi. And
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜ਼ਿਕਰ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ I mean that track itself just ਦੇਖਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ where like you mentioned that there's various other artists, you know, they do hardcore Bhangra, folk songs, you know, hip hop music as well. I would say out of, you know, I think you were standing out more where it came out to be you're doing a Qawwali track, and it was a complete different kind of refresh of the market then, you know.
I mean, as soon as I released it, I mean, these were the comments I was getting. Bro, you know, you come out with something different. You know, we love this type of music. We've not heard it for years, and you know, we're glad that you brought this out. And that's what it is really. You're taking that risk to bring out what you enjoy rather than, you know, thinking, oh, is it going to do well in the clubs or
absolutely.
You know. So that's really the intention behind it. Music o karo jo apne man nu you know राजी लगता है और अपने मन ਨੂੰ जो अच्छा लगता है
वाह जी वाह क्या बात है सो नहीं ਉਹ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਦੇਖੋ ਜੀ ਜ਼ਿਕਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ it's one of my favorite tracks right ਚਣਕ ਲੈਣਾ ਤਾਂ ਬੰਦੀਆਂ ਹੈ you have to sing a few lines with that one ਮੈਂ ਫੁੱਲ ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਬਣਾਓ
ਹਾਰਮੋਨੀਅਮ ਵੀ I brought it with me so you know क्या बात है मैं सोचा ਤੁਹਾਡੇ why not make it a little bit different है ना
और क्या आए हाय आए हाय
आवे मेरे कोल तोड़िए
आए हाय
आवे मेरे कोल तू अड़िए कोई करो बहाना ला
वाह जी वाह
रज रज करा प्यार नी तेनू कोल में अपने बैठा
वाह जी वाह
नहीं ओ लगदा नहीं 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 ओ नहीं ओ लगदा दिल तेरे बाजो सोनिए नहीं ओ लगदा दिल तेरे बाजो सोनिए याद तेरी हर वेले आवे मैनू सोनिए
वाह जी वाह
नहीं ओ लगदा तेरे बाजो सोनिए याद तेरी हर वेले आवे मैनू सोनिए नहीं ओ लगदा दिल
क्या बात है हाय हाय देखो माहौल ही बनाता पूरा महफिल आना fantastic man fantastic
it's about 10 years old this song now.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल अजीब you know there's still if you still sing it, you know, listen to that song. I mean it's a different vibe to it, different feel to it, the whole kind of, you know, the music, you know, the lyrics, the vocals itself. The मेरा video ਦਾ माहौल ही बड़ा कमाल सीगा वही on the stage and everything, you know, all dressed up, पूरा माहौल बनाया सी उधर दा.
The whole production was amazing. गाने तो लेके तक, you know, मेरे father साहब Didar Singh, they composed this song and wrote the song as well. They wrote the song, composed it, and my brother DST music, they done the production on the song, so it was came together so beautifully. And the video जिद्दां तुसीं कहा video भी बड़ा अच्छा, you know, उस time दे विच बनया. Amit Channa did the direction on that, so it was absolutely amazing. कुछ और ही रंग सी, and
absolutely.
And लोगों ने बहुत पसंद किया, बड़ा पसंद किया.
वैसे that Qawwali influence, I mean, you've got that in the Ashka track as well. I mean, you followed up the Qawwali style, you know, that Qawwali touch, you know. So Ashka दी गल करिए, inspired album बड़ी मकबूल हुई है, काफी प्यार मिला उस album नु, you know. It's a massive production there, a massive lineup of artists. So tell us a bit about Ashka. I mean, how did this track come to you?
Ashka, wow, it actually came to me about 2-3 years ago. Ghana, about 2-3 saal. Sean and Brinder, beautiful personalities, beautiful producers from London. उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा काम किया music there. They actually contacted me about 2-3 years ago. They had this song. उन्होंने phone किया. And I think they contacted me on Facebook first. Once they contacted me, I gave him my number and said, bro, we need you to vocal a song. And in that time, you know, even now I don't really vocal for a lot of producers. I do a lot of my own work, and you know, you know, the restrictions with the way I kind of do my music is I want to keep the quality there, you know? So I don't really kind of record vocals and give them out to every kind of producer out there. So this was like one of the first kind of producers that I gave my vocals to. क्योंकि गाना इतना बढ़िया सी, actually Lakhwinder Wadali ji उन्होंने पहला गाया सीगा गाना.
अच्छा,
I don't know if they've told you this, but they sang this song and composed it originally. Wow. And they were supposed to sing this song. कुछ कारण करके they didn't sing it. So they approached me, कहंदे कि San2, you know, you're going to be the only vocalist in the UK we feel that can pull this style off. Wow. So मेरी खुशकिस्मती सी, you know, कि मेरे पास आया गाना, and they showed me the composition. I fell in love with it straight away, the production, everything. So that was 2-3 years ago. So I recorded the vocals then as well, and bada acha us time feel hoya. And then as soon as they released it, you know, I think it's been about a month now, it felt even more satisfying because, you know, everybody got to hear it, and the amount of the messages, calls and everything that I got from the amount of people, you know, enjoying the song, which we basically made about 2-3 years ago. It's a big, you know, sense of happiness.
Absolutely, because the album itself, I mean, we've got Sani, Surinder, Binda Jatt, Gunjan, there's other fellow artists, you know, they've got their own kind of style. And Michael, in this album, it's the only quality track what kind of, you know, with that track. So We've got a few people who've joined in now. Chaz Landa, who's joined in. We've got official Amanjeet Singh watching us as well. We've got DJ Prateek, TJ Singh. We've got Cool Star joined in as well. Warm welcome. ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਕਈ ਸਾਡੇ
I'd just like to say ਮੇਰੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ I feel privileged the listeners that are listening in, especially at this time, 4 o'clock.
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਜੀ 4 ਵਜੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੇਖੋ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ ਚਾਹ ਦਾ ਕੱਪ ਵੀ ਪੀ ਰਹੇ ਆ
I think I finished it now, but yeah.
ਚਲੋ so ਆਸ਼ਕਾ ਦੇਖੋ ਜੀ ਗੀਤ ਬੜਾ ਕਮਾਲ ਦਾ is fantastic track written by Sundar Makhana as well.
Sundar Makhana, yes. I've never met them. Actually, I've never met them, but they when I seen the lyrics, when I read them, it was absolutely amazing. Kyunki babe ek gana hai na, people need to know that ishq aur aashiq di baat ho rahi hai. Ishq aur aashiq di gal ho rahi hai, and it's people think it's a man and a woman.
Yeah, absolutely. Kay social and
but it is very, very spiritual as well. And this is the beauty.
It's like a kind of Sufism touch to it. The Sufi touch to it.
Ishq aur aashiq di gal ho rahi hai, and it's ishq saying to the aashiq ke hoya tera deewana, je tu paana chahna pala mere na yarana. Ishq, 90% of the time, love is seen as a betrayal, as something that's destructive. But in this song, Sundar Makhana has done an amazing job. He's actually put love on a platform to say, main tera kuch nahi bagaadda. I'm here to, bring you on a platform ke je tu mere naal jud jayega, कि मैं तेरा कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ता, it's put on a positive light rather than a negative light, and which is one of the things that I loved about this song when I read the lyrics, to be honest.
Well, when it comes to the lyrics, for example, I mean, what's the first thing you always keep in mind? For example, because you must get some producers or songwriters approaching you that I'm gonna likha bhaji, would you want to sing it? I mean, what's the first thing you always keep in mind when selecting lyrics?
The lyrics, it's got to be catchy, the lyrics have got to be catchy, and it's got to be easy to kind of sing. That flow out, with a nice rhythm. Because lyrics are also, they play a massive role in rhythm.
Absolutely.
From a young age, I was a rhythmist. I started off as tabalji. So rhythm is a big thing for me, and if you look into it deeply, lyrics and rhythm go hand in hand. And if the lyrics are right and they're in rhythm, keh lo jo bol jo alfaz अच्छे होने चाहिए. Even obviously, I'm not even gone into the context yet. I'm just talking about on a frequency aspect. Lyrics have got to be on point. So
absolutely.
Through a lot of my songs, we're always changing certain words, to fit the song. And also the lyrics have got to be appealing, the lyrics have got to be something that's going to benefit people in their lives, You catch me very, very rarely kind of promoting songs that are destructive or, that are going to harm, a person in their life. But, lyrics have got to be meaningful, to be honest.
Wow, Jiva. Kya baat hai. I mean, absolutely. I mean, Ashka nahi ho lagda, ek ardas. I mean, there are some, meaningful elements in the tracks, when you listen to them. Koi na koi se to badhiya mildi hai, from the songs. So, I think now that we've got a couple of people joined in now, मैं कह रहा Ashka भी खींच दो काम दो लेना ये भी एक बात ही है क्या बात है
इजाजत है जी जनाब
बिल्कुल करो जी खींचो
होया तेरा शिकावे इश्क दीवाना जे तू पोना चोने पाले मेरे ना याराना होया तेरा शिकावे इश्क दीवाना जे तू पोना चोने पाले मेरे ना याराना ओ ना बाजी जिते जिड़ा मेरे अगे हार दा ओ ना बाजी जिते जेड़ा मेरे अगे हार दा आजा चिका मैं तेरा कुछ नहीं वगाड़दा आजा चलिया मैं तेरा कुछ नहीं वगाड़दा आजा चिका मैं तेरा कुछ नहीं वगाड़दा
क्या बात है नई रिसर्च वाडियां क्या बात है देखो ये गल करिए महफिल दी अभी बीन वाचिंग a couple of your clips on social media क्योंकि डिजिटल जमाना है all the world in social media right I've been watching for a few of your clips where you're doing live sessions and you know महफिल च बैठे हैं तुसी you know tell us a bit that you know je gall kariye like if we talk about your father sahab I mean ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਆ you know Sabras band was quite established back in the UK Bhangra scene you know when the bands were around I mean I still remember in 1994 ਚ ਗੀਤ ਆਇਆ ਸੀ ਸਾਡੇ father ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ I was about 4 years old right so I remember listening to one of your father's track ਕੁੜੀ ਹਾਨ ਦੀ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਕਲੇਜਾ ਲੈ ਗਈ right so I remember a track so Chuck was you know ਪਹਿਲਾਂ you know there was my master's daughter got married in London ਪਹਿਲਾ ਵਿਆਹ ਸੀ ਘਰ ਚ ਮਾਹੌਲ ਉਧਰ ਬਣਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ you know ਗਾਇਕੀ and you know all that kind of musical ਮਾਹੌਲ and I remember listening to that track on the engagement party I mean the DJ played it in the background ਹੌਲੀ ਹੌਲੀ ਵੱਜ ਰਿਹਾ and a few months before I managed to find that track and noticed that it was your father's track you know so you know so you talk about that influence of you know childhood days when your father used to perform on stage and stuff seeing you know that mahal in the house
absolutely
you know,
amazing
tell us about that experience you know
from a young age from a child car which mehfil lagniya and the band my father's band Sabras come in like literally every other weekend for rehearsal Berna which they got the music you know the instruments out tabla guitar keyboard bass you know so being brought up in that era and that time was amazing absolutely bahut kuch sikhne nu milya you know gaane from different angles like bhangra folk Hindi Sufi Qawwali even Western I mean if you listen to my father's tapes back then tribal vibes you'd hear
tribal vibes
you'll hear a lot of Western influences where you know there's a lot of harmonies at that time was a big thing you know they used to put a lot of harmonies into their songs and English vocals in there you know it was just amazing absolutely amazing time you know if I could rewind it back I would you know in a click of a finger it was absolutely amazing you know although it was a proper asli you know time for music man and I miss them days you know I miss them times
I think mahal bhi hota hai na because that vibe where you know your father then there was a fellow other bands of that era you know there was a bit of like a lot of gigs going on and kuch na kuch hunda hunda si every weekend
bilkul every you know like I said mehfil lagniya our mahal was just amazing you know we wouldn't have a mehfil or a party without music you know that would be our thing man and I learned a lot you know I learned
right yeah
I you know I learned an awful lot being around that environment from a young age I started learning tabla from the age of 6 and so being around the tabla players as well back in them times and picking up rhythm from them and also playing alongside them I learned a lot you know absolutely amazing times and ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗਾਣਾ ਹੈ ਕੁੜੀ ਹਾਣ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਬੜਾ ਜ਼ਬਰਦਸਤ ਗਾਣਾ ਸੀ ਇਸ time ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ and if you listen to it now as well it's more relevant now you'd be like wow it actually sounds so advanced you know sounds so current
absolutely because I was actually watching the video of that track as well you know you know you know although videos back then were very very simple they weren't really extravagant because technology jini si chalda saga right but when you look back you actually there's always a childhood connection with that as well I know because you've heard the track and you know it just takes you back to your childhood days you know so there's always an influence from them tracks I mean that's why them songs still sound good to us you know
100%, 100%. Even if you listen to the music as well, the progression and everything sounds so current. It's unbelievable. You know, I say to my father now, you know, I wish I could release these songs now and, you know, get them out and release them myself, because the song...
Yeah, that would be very interesting if you do a production or remake of one of your father's songs, you know.
To be honest with you, we are on talk, and that's one of the songs as well. Katke Kaleja is one of the songs that I want to do. To be honest, it's, you know, like I say, so they were so, you know, ahead of their times. You know, the music was so simple. It wasn't, you know, because you got to think about it. In them times, there was a lot of tumbi tol. It was very folk. But then for them to be here in the UK and produce westernized Bhangra and bring Bhangra to the platform that they bought it to, you know, way ahead of their times, man.
Bilkul, absolutely, no doubt, absolutely, because like I said, you know, pehle bhi main zikr kita thi, jine sanu dekh rahe, those are watching us, the massive contribution, because the bands at that time, you know, they're the ones kind of actually built the foundation of the industry down here, 100%, you know.
100%.
You know, maybe if they didn't exist, maybe we wouldn't have a person like you in the music scene or any other fellow artists.
You know, everything is because of them. You know, and we can't, you know, we cannot kind of miss that fact. You know, we cannot miss that out and say, you know, chalo etho hi shuru hai. But there was a life before us, you know, and there was a scene before us. So we got to be grateful to them. You know,
absolutely. So San2 Singh, but interesting. So San2 Singh, kidro naam pe? I need to know this. I mean, you know, San2. Pehle to two naam Singh, the number 2 on the end. And now you've got T and U in the end now. So I mean, where does this name come from? I mean, you know, naam karan kidda hai?
This is actually my name. Sare family call me San2 Singh, and it's actually from my full name, which mere dadi ji my grandmother named me Sant Prakash Singh. So my full name is Sant Prakash, and then Sant Prakash to Santu ban gaya, and everybody calls me Santu to this day. You know, bachpan to hi Santu kende rahe. So a lot of people can't believe it. They think it's a stage name, but it's my actual name, but it's just short from Sant Prakash Singh. And you know, my grandmother named me after something Demelili Sant hunde san, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਆਸ਼ੀਰਵਾਦ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਦੁਆਵਾਂ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਦਕੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਮਤਲਬ ਇੱਥੇ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, you know, ਪੈਦਾ ਹੋਏ, and so it's you know, that's why they named me Sant Prakash Singh. You know, ਸੰਤਾਂ ਦੀ ਬਦੌਲਤ जन्म लिया, basically.
So कहने का मकसद है कि पिछों ही you know, from your parents, from your grandparents, महापुरुषों का हाथ काफी रिया.
बिल्कुल. It's been like that from, you know, I feel so blessed that, you know, I'm in a family like that, you know. You know, we're from a very spiritual kind of background and been around that. Kirtaniya ragi jathe one घर ਨੂੰ ਆਣੇ और लंगर प्रसादा छकना और you know, amazing माहौल.
वाह जी वाह, क्या बात है. I mean, that's why the influence I've seen in your music, where the spiritual, you know, taste in there, the spice in there. Fantastic. So I mean, coming to your music, coming to your style of music, you know, who do you actually look up as like an inspiration at this present point? जो आज दी गल करिए about the music in Punjab, जो भी music आजकल आ रहा है, who are you listening to yourself? I mean, which artists are you following?
I'm just मैं बहुत कट्टर fan of the old artists, you know.
Wow.
And I'm very rooted to the artists that I've listened to all my life, and I don't think anybody has come that has, you know, taken my attention in that way. You know, when we in my car, I play Sardool Sikander Khan Sahab diyan qawaliyan, Ghulam Ali Khan Sahab diyan ghazla, you know, Ustad Parvez Mehdi ji hona. So these are the artists that I listen to, you know. And as for today's society, I mean, sare achhe ne, bahut अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं सारे, you know. you got the likes of Guru Randhawa, you got the likes of Diljit Dosanjh and Rami
Absolutely.
Virk and all these artists. They do an amazing job, and कभी कभी chance मिलता है सुनने ਨੂੰ ਤੇ बहुत ਵਧੀਆ ਲੱਗਦਾ they're doing a
Wow.
great job.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I mean, they're the current people who are, at some point, kuch salan tak they'll be cast as legends at one point.
Yeah, 100%.
So they've kind of, because Insta Live, this show's name, I've called it Trendsetters. So it's a matter of, certain people who have actually set a trend. I mean, you set the trend of bringing that Qawwali influence in the UK scene. So, aap ji ek trend set ho gaya thode wallo.
लिखाया ना मैं doing whatever I feel happy doing, and it's people like yourself who who support what we're doing, and मैं ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਤਹਿ ਦਿਲੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਕਰਗੁਜ਼ਾਰ ਹਾਂ, and people like yourselves who are putting us on these platforms and sharing our music. Without you guys we would be nothing.
वाह जी वाह, क्या बात है, क्या बात है. देखो जी, मेरा ख्याल है Charles Landa, he actually, there's a couple of shout outs to give out, right? Just Jesse Digpal watching us. I've got a very legendary person who's watching, pata nahi hun oh aap legendary aap ho hage who's managing this Insta, but it's Ustad Lal Singh Patti sahab, tool player.
Wow.
Right, so he's watching us. We've got Charles Landa, right? Charles Landa is asking for you to sing a couple of lines of Kad Ke Kaleja if you remember the lyrics.
Oh, wow.
That's a challenge for you now on the spot. Challenge on the spot.
Kudi haan di ya teri jadon aave mainu
Aye hai.
ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਕਲੇਜਾ ਲੈ ਗਈ ਹਾਏ
ਵਾਹ ਜੀ,
ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਕਲੇਜਾ ਲੈ ਗਈ ਕੁੜੀ ਹਾਣ ਦੀ ਯਾਰ ਤੇਰੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਵੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਕਲੇਜਾ ਲੈ ਗਈ
ਹਾਏ ਹਾਏ,
ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਕਲੇਜਾ ਲੈ ਗਈ.
Fantastic. Kya baat hai. Aye hai, kya baat hai. That Hindi influence is there. I mean, Muhammad Rafi, tusi zikr kita si at the start as well, Muhammad Rafi. I mean, a slight Sonu Nigam touch there as well. Now you actually sung this song, right, of your father. You actually sound quite, the same as your father's voice. There's a resemblance in the vocals there, so kya baat hai. Fantastic.
Thank you to Chaz Landa for the the shout out.
Absolutely.
So I just want to say thank you to them.
Yeah, absolutely, yaar. I mean, fantastic. I mean, absolute pleasure, Paji, कि तुसी अपना एक समा कढ़िया साडे वास्ते, समा साडे ना कीता. I mean, any message you want to give to your fans, your followers, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸੁਣ ਰਹੇ ਆ, the those who have followed your music? I mean, what do you want to say to them?
I just want to say, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for a lot of the fans, the listeners. I get a lot of personal messages as well, and a lot of messages on Facebook and Instagram. To all of them, I can't reach out to every single one of them, but I'd like to give my heartfelt thanks to everybody. बहुत शुक्रिया कि तुसी support कर रहे हो and you're supporting my music. ताकि ਅਸੀਂ भी आगे जाके in the future bring some more songs out which we're planning on, so without the fans we would be nothing, as artists we'll be ਘਰ ਹੀ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੋਣੇ ਬਸ ਰਿਆਜ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੱਕ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਣਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ basically is up to them guys, and I'm really really grateful, to be honest with you, for my fans. So thank you, keep supporting. Also I'd like to mention we've got a video coming out for the song Ashka.
Wow.
So
fantastic.
The video will be dropping next month on your TV screens, so it'll be on all the TV screens and YouTube and everything, so do watch out for that.
Looking forward, because I was very intrigued to find out if there's going to be a video for this track. The song itself is fantastic. ਹੁਣ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਆ ਕਿ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਬਣੇਗੀ, ਵੀਡੀਓ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਲੱਗੇਗੀ,
ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ ਦੱਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦਾ.
So that's the suspense behind this now, bro. Fantastic.
To be honest with you, Sean and Brad, they've done an amazing job on the music.
Absolutely, no doubt. Absolutely.
They're one of the only kind of producers that bringing this kind of music out, which is absolutely amazing. And Onanimno especially this song is doing really, really well. We want to shoot a video. So yeah, the video is going to be dropping next month. So please add me on, those of you not following me on Instagram, please add me on Instagram, Facebook and everything. Absolutely. And I'll be sharing updates, with them. Absolutely. Also, I can see Surya B. Sharma. He's part of the team who helped to release the song Ikardas. So I want to give him a big shout out.
Fantastic.
Crown Media, Gina Desange and Surya, they've done an amazing job on releasing this song. They presented this song, so a massive thank you to them as well.
I mean, I want to say one thing though, because at this day and age, when it comes down to do a dharmic song, ya kai ak jande, kai sochde ki yaar na yaar gal nahi banni, koi isno fayda nahi hona. But it's great to see that there's people out there that actually take part in these kind of songs and make it happen in the background. So massive congratulations on that one.
It's I always say the team is what makes the dream work. So without the team, we'd be nothing. We as an artist would be just like I say, karande vich riyaz karde hone bas. So without the team, we can't get these songs, these ideas out to the public.
Absolutely. Tusi zikr kita about karan ch riyaz karde. I mean, all this lockdown was happened across the whole globe and the UK. How has San2 Singh been spending his time at home? I mean, tell us a bit about that.
Wow, believe it or not, I've been really, really busy, with the family, busy with, family lifestyle and music, riyaz bhi, sara kuch. Time the both million. So it's been a benefit in that side of it, to be honest.
Yeah. I think it's been a benefit for various artists and producers because I've come across many, who have been working day and night in a way, just producing songs
100% coming out with ideas and
absolutely.
It's been kind of refreshing as well at the same time because there's a lot of shows, a lot of bookings that it's got postponed until next year.
Yeah,
I think we've got a few coming up in September with the restrictions and everything. But a lot of the shows being on hold, a lot of the mele wedding shows that I had booked, the all next year. So, we've been coming out with ideas, recording in the studio, composing songs, and so it's been
fantastic.
To put a positive light on it, it's been a good kind of thing where we've got new songs to put out,
Fantastic. So have you got any tracks coming this year, or is it going to be next year now, or what's going to be happening?
We're planning, the management are planning a couple of releases. To be honest with you, I've got like 2 albums worth of material that I've already done. And it's just a matter of releasing and doing the videos for. So we've got, like I said, we've got the Ashkan video, which is dropping next month. And then we've got another kind of commercial track this time that's going to be releasing the following month. So please, keep tuned.
Wicked. We got the, I want to mention the artist band. They're watching us as well. So Sassika, bro, hope you're well and your dad.
Big shout out.
Can you keep it live, bro? Keep up the great work. Fantastic. It's great to see people in the music scene who are supporting each other as well, in the music scene.
We need 100%. I mean, even without our fellow musicians, fellow artists, we'd find it very, very hard. So, it's great to have that musicianship and have that love for one another.
Absolutely.
So, thank you to the artist band.
Fantastic. So, देखो ये गल्लां बहुत निकल रही हैं गल्लां करते ना we get a lot of things to talk about, right? But साडा भी समा भी काफी you've got a lot of schedules planned out as well. But मैं ख्याल to end the conversation, right? अपने अंदाज नाल बाजे कुछ सुनाई दे सानू भी, just to end, give a grand ending,
I like, in my spare time, I like to sing a lot of ghazals and,
and
a lot of, tumriya. I want to give you a ghazal, Ustad Fida Hussain, who no longer in this world. Unfortunately, they passed away a couple of months ago. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਰਧਾਂਜਲੀ ਲਈ ਯਾਰ ਮੰਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਰੱਬਾ ਤੇਥੋਂ ਰੋ ਕੇ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਮੈਂ ਖੁਦਾਈ
ਆਏ ਵਾਹ ਜੀ ਵਾਹ ਆਉਣ ਦਿਓ
ਮਾਹੀ ਮਾਹੀ ਪੁਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਬਿਨਾ ਮਾਹੀ ਮਾਹੀ ਆਹੀ ਰਾਹੀ ਰਾਹੀ ਉੱਠ ਪਿਆ
ਵਾਹ
बैठी उठते उठी उठा लिखते सती की जाना केड़ी गुथ गया जिदी रात दी सिकसी रबिया दी थमी थमदी नू पै पुट गया अजमत उस दी भी कोई जिंदगी जिदा यार नुमानी दार उठ गया
वाह क्या बात है
यार मंगे आसी रब्बा ते थोरो के ओ यार मंगे आसी रब्बा ते थोरो के केड़ी मैं खुदाई मंग ली केड़ी मैं खुदाई मंग ली हो मर जान दे इसे दा मैनू हो के केड़ी मैं खुदाई मंग ली केड़ी मैं खुदाई मंग ली
हाय हाय क्या बात है क्या बात है सुनाओ जोड़ दो
रब्बा पता हुंदा तेरे जे मकान दा रब्बा पता हुंदा तेरे जे मकान दा तेनू लिख लिख चिट्ठियां मैं पामदा तेनू लिख लिख चिट्ठियां मैं पामदा एहो कहंदा तेरे बूए ते खलो के केड़ी मैं खुदाई मंग
ली क्या बात
है केड़ी मैं खुदाई मंग ली
हाय हाय क्या बात है fantastic what a fantastic track man honestly क्या बात है
thank you
बहुत धन्यवाद Paji for your time
Raman, thank you for having me man it's been a pleasure I'm sorry that I've not had the time that we wanted I'd love to be here all day I'll go through the songs and everything but it's been amazing and मैं ਸਰੋਤਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਤਹਿ ਦਿਲੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਕਰਗੁਜ਼ਾਰ ਹਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ thanks ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੂੰਗਾ ਕਿ the people that have joined us and the people who haven't joined us who will see it later ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਤਹਿ ਦਿਲੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਕਰਗੁਜ਼ਾਰ ਹਾਂ
ਵਾਹ ਜੀ ਵਾਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ Paji and I'm hoping the very best for your musical career ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਗੀਤ ਆਣੇ ਆ hopefully there'll be smash it tracks like ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ was back
definitely
right so hoping the very best ਤੇ God bless ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੱਜਦੇ ਵਜਦੇ ਰਹੋ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਚ ਰਹੋ ਤੇ
and yourself I'd like to say amazing host and ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਕਰੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਵੀ your journey of your media company and everything ke malik chaddi kala bakshish kare ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਤਰੱਕੀਆਂ ਔਰ ਕਾਮਯਾਬੀਆਂ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰੇ
ਵਾਹ ਜੀ ਵਾਹ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਸਰੋਤੇ ਆ big shout out to you guys for watching and ਗੱਲਾਂ ਬਾਤਾਂ ਜਾਰੀ ਰਹਿਣਗੀਆਂ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਥੋੜਾ ਮੈਂ ਨਾ ਘੰਟਾ ਲਾ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਪੂਰਾ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੀ ਪਰਵਾਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦਾ
I promise you on the next one I promise you next time ਮੈਂ ਪੂਰੇ ਮਤਲਬ ਅੱਧੀ ਦਿਹਾੜੀ ਮੈਂ ਕੱਟ ਕੇ ਆਉਂਗਾ
fantastic so God bless Paji and I'm hoping to see you at some point
thank you
and man respect
God bless you man thank you for having me
fantastic
Thank you to the people who